the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest and the agitation for the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu, how do you view it?
It is a legitimate demand. And I support the protest. Way many Nigerians are in support of the protest. And my position on this has been clear even from when President Buhari forcefully took him away from Kenya. As far as I'm concerned, Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything that will warrant his detention for 5 years. Nnamdi Kanu, there is no evidence to show that he killed anybody. There's no evidence to show that he carried arms.
That's for the court to determine. And that is in trial.
But if the courts are keeping somebody for 5 years and they have not been able to try him,
is that illegitimate?
Of course, the court. You can see. Hasn't the court decided on this matter when it came to the issue of his bail before the Court of Appeal? He was discharged and acquitted. So as far as I'm concerned, you started with the court. Shehu, I, like most Nigerians, are not persuaded in any manner with what is going in the courts. And I will not also be persuaded, whatever judgment, either way or the other, that comes out from the courts. Because there is a deliberate act, and I say so when President Buhari was in office. There are people who have committed heinous crimes in this country. They have murdered people, they have kidnapped people, they have raped women, they have killed children, they have done all sorts of things. There are people aiding and abetting them. There are people who have gone to their domain, talking with them. We are aware of helicopters dropping food, dropping ammunition in the bush, which of course our security had the capacity to track. Nnamdi Kanu did not do any of those. But he's in detention. What was the cause? And I told President Buhari, it was because of the ancient hatred you have against the Igbos. I told President Buhari when he was in office, my position has not changed. But why I'm worried, you're looking at me. I told him you had ancient hatred against the Igbos. That was why he kept Nnamdi Kanu there. If he was from another tribe, Nnamdi Kanu will not be there.
Are you dispassionate about this? Or you are speaking because you are of the same extraction?
Good.
Because there are those who oppose, who don't have the same view as you have it tonight about the situation. There are those who ask questions about those who have taken opportunists on the situation in the South is based on the order, the radio broadcasts, the publications, and the statements that are being made online. You know what has happened with the man in Finland that has been being prosecuted. As soon as that man was being prosecuted, the sit-at-home order and some of the mayhem being unleashed by opportunists of the agitation of Biafra stopped. Southeast started experiencing under this government some level of peace.
Shemu, what I'm saying, I said it to a sitting president. Whether people agree or not, you know those that loves you. You know those who hate you. It's not because I'm Igbo. I would have taken the same position if a Yoruba man or Fulani man was involved. My patriotism has no limitations.
What do you think that government of the day... Apology. What do you think the government of the day who felt that a region consisting of 5 states is under consistent attack, is in distress and is insecure based on the action and the statement of one person? What do you think they could have done differently?
You see the matter? President Tinubu did not cause this problem. He inherited it. President Tinubu has no hand in the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. But what is curious is why he has not taken steps to get him out. He has no hand. He didn't take him there.
As a lawyer, you think how easy would that be to establish a non-prosecutor on the matter of national security?
What is the national security? These are things that people manufacture to justify their positions.
Nnamdi Kanu is facing one of the highest criminal offenses,
and that is what?
Terrorism charges against him.
Can you define terrorism?
No, that's what for the courts to tell.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And all the others, all those people that did all the things I aforementioned, none was charged of terrorism. I have explained to you, Nnamdi Kanu has the right to demand peacefully for anything for his people. I am not saying because I'm from there. And that was why I have said it before you. President Tinubu, get him out of this. He has no hand in it. But he's in a position to rectify it. He knew the truth. Why has he not done so? You see, people are talking about some interest group. People are saying, don't release him. It will disbalance this, disbalance that. The truth is that Nnamdi Kanu, as we said that time to President Buhari, go and discuss with Nnamdi Kanu. You don't have to look for him in this manner. This is somebody, look at what is happening today. He did not talk to anybody. If he was outside, they say he has sponsored everybody. Okay. Showore that he's taking this thing on his own now, based on his struggles. He's not an Igbo. You were not able to tell Showore this because he's not Igbo. If it was Iwaanyannwu, you say, hey, he has come. So we should forget about all these mundane issues and considerations. What is bad is bad. What is not good must be condemned no matter who is involved. President Tinubu, yes, we agree there are some people in the southeast who do not want Nnamdi Kanu out.
Really? There are people like that?
I can say it authoritatively.
Who are those?
There are some top businessmen who are involved in businesses in Abuja, oil and all that. There are some top politicians who are of the view, and which is correct, that if Nnamdi Kanu comes today, there are people whose political career will come to an end permanently without him saying a word. Nnamdi Kanu has been loved by the people. It's like when they were chasing Fubara. You had me say so here. I told President Tinubu, if the issue about 2027, the person to do business with is Fubara. Are you seeing what is happening there now? They have loved him, they have loved him. Organic support. Nnamdi Kanu need not talk to anybody. That was why I'm sure that is the pressure that the president is having. But the president is number one. He is the president of Nigeria. And he's the only person that can say, stop, it will stop. You don't have to take everything that everybody puts to you, hook, line, and sinker. When the issue started with this insecurity in the southeast, they raided the prison. We came out to say, no, this was not our deeds. Those people were imported. Security came back to realize it. But what happened next? Because they have been exposed, they decided to recruit urchins, non-educated people that are not skilled. Locals started training them.
Are you an IPOB apologist?
No. I don't expect you to.
Are you a believer?
No. I don't expect you to come to that because you know that I believe in Nigeria.
But I'm asking you, you might have your. You might have
no.
You might have an apology for the struggle of Biafra and what IPOB stands for.
I am an open book. You'll always know where I am.
You know the history of IPOB.
I believe.
You know the history of IPOB.
What's the history?
There are those who say legitimately it started off as a peaceful intentions or right about the agitation of the Igbo.
What brought about IPOB?
But what happened?
No, what brought about IPOB? You have a region that has been marginalized. They've been crying for marginalization. It wasn't during the time of President Buhari. President Tinubu has tried to do one or two things, put some infrastructure, move some money there. You say you don't want them. You say you don't like me. You say you don't want me. Okay, allow me to go home. You say I will not go. One must give way. It's either you bring me at the center or you let me go. We should stop pretending in this country. That is what we are talking about. The people are saying they are marginalized.
What is marginalization? Can you mention one thing that...
Let's look at the dictionary.
No.
In
practical terms.
I'm coming. There are no federal presence in the southeast. The little we're having now is under Tinubu. Cease. None. No good roads, no infrastructure. You borrowed money. President Buhari borrowed money to build rails up to Mali, another country. None cross the southeast. But we are paying the loan back. We are part and parcel of repaying the loan. And you say it is justice. They have the right to protest. You can't beat and flog a child. You still stop the child from crying.
What would have been
the child must cry?
What would have been the best way to handle that situation?
The best way is for President Tinubu to sit down, look at the whole thing, find a way to balance these things, bring in Nnamdi Kanu out, go and do business with Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody else can do that, apart from the president. If you subdue this one, expect it again and again and again. You cannot run away from it. Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. Nnamdi Kanu did nothing. He did not kill anybody. He did not move arms.
It's not for you to decide.
The matter is in court. The truth is naked. I don't need to. The truth is naked.
It is not for you. As a lawyer, you are a servant before the temple of justice. And you know what it means when a matter is before the court. You cannot say Nnamdi Kanu did nothing when the court is still assessing and trying the matter. No, you are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong on that note. You are wrong, sir. No, sir. You are wrong on the note to say. It's a matter of law.
It will get to this
country. Yes, sir.
When people will stop listening to what you're talking about. Let me tell you an experience I had in 1992. I was in NIPS. Part of the programs in NIPS is You have local tours, African tours, and outside tour. My group went to Kano, Imo, then Cameroon, then Brazil. Was it Brazil? Brazil, yes. When we got to Cameroon, the chief of army staff, General Kumanku, was given instruction by this Fobia on certain things. Commander-in-chief, he said, Mr. President, this order is illegal. I will not obey it. In Cameroon. And I'm ready to take the consequences. That thing was boiling before we left for our foreign tours. It will get to a point in this country, unless we redress judiciary, we redress what we are doing to Nigerian people will start taking the laws into their hands.
Just for a moment, sir. The reason why I said you're wrong, sir, and you are a very senior lawyer, you know that when a matter is yet to be decided before the court, you do not take it out of the mouth of justice. Allow the court to have decided the matter. That's why I said this is not the court of law.
The court has decided the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
Just a moment.
The court has decided.
The court has not freed Nnamdi Kanu.
The court has freed Nnamdi Kanu. The court of appeal.
Just a moment, sir. The court has not decided on the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. It's still in process. The man is still under detention, and the matter is before the court. And I'm saying, as a lawyer, you know that it is not right. It's sub judice for you to now determine for the court on television what the court is still trying at the moment.
Let me tell you. You can do what you like. You can say what you like. I have the right to say I don't believe in what you are doing. It is my inalienable right. You can even sentence me. It is my right. When I sue that everything has been compromised in this country, when nobody can get justice, is it in election matters? And that's why there's no development. People are no longer having confidence in what should have given them the hope that tomorrow will be better. Nnamdi Kanu's case is a case that President Tinubu must address. All these things that are happening today, they're not necessary.
How do you think he will address it? Is it a political or judicial manner in which he will address it? How?
You see, even from the time President Buhari was here, leaders of thought in Igbo land met him. He dismissed it, that it is in court. Governors, 5 governors, led by Hope UZODIMMA, whom they are accusing now, erroneously. They don't know the job these people are making to get this man out. But you see, people write nonsense in the media.
So Hope UZODIMMA is at the forefront of fighting for Nnamdi Kanu.
Hope UZODIMMA, Oti, these are the 2 people I know very well.
Abaribe?
No, I'm talking of governors.
Okay.
So, but there are people, just like the job Hope is doing in you, people will come and write nonsense. Imo now is Dubai. The people will go to internet, those who have not come home for more than 5 years, they would read down and write. They don't know the effort these people are making. They say they have told people not to release me. They told me not to. Where are your facts? My intel has told me about the governors, and I have told you about politicians and businessmen who are afraid of Nnamdi Kanu's release. Let the president. I told you, Shemu, in this station, if we have decided not to release Nnamdi Kanu, bring his body to Ego Square. Let us use him for barbecue. Let his enemies come and chop from the meat so that we can close this matter permanently.
If you were President Tinubu and you decide to release Nnamdi, how would you go about it?
I will call the Igbo leaders, call the governors, take Nnamdi Kanu, file a knowledge political, hand Nnamdi Kanu to them. Let him do any other nonsense when he comes out. I'll call the leaders in Igbo land, call all of them. Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything to deserve all this.
Can the leaders in Igbo land actually curtail any excesses that come from the actions of Nnamdi Kanu? Can they control him?
Did Nnamdi Kanu fall from the sky? Did he fall from the sky?
Does he have people that he listens to?
He's been a madman. You can see violent madmen and women. You know they fall in love. You see madmen, you don't hear them. But when they are falling in love, when they see that they are lovers, they will change. They become ice water. He didn't fall from the sky. So every madman has somebody that will talk to him and he will listen.
There are people in Nnamdi Kanu listens to.
Call leaders. File a knowledge. Call leaders in Igbo land. Call leaders of thought. Bring them to the villa. Take their son. We are giving him to you. Release him. All these things happen. If not for the good governors we have in the southeast, nothing will work there. We have the best governors in the region now. I am saying it without hesitation. They are working. From Hope to Oti to Mba and all that. If not, they have frustrated the economy of the place. In a year, we lost almost 7 trillion naira. But they are doing their best to put infrastructure, to empower people, and to do all those things, health, education. We are people that work hard. People should stop hating us. So, the Igbo man is the easiest person to deal with. If you have his code.
And what is the code of the Igbo man?
It's not for the public. You have to buy it.
It's interesting, and if you look at the conversation I had with Governor Soludo yesterday, and he said something that the Igbo man needs to be more accommodating. That if you're an itinerant person, you cannot be seen in a certain light. But
he was saying they are not accommodating.
No, okay. He was talking about how to resolving this matter, and he said his mind. But in a national security prism, how do you explain it to those who are, because justice, they say, justice is not only to be served on the victim, justice to the public, justice to the person who has been prosecuted. So in that sense, there are those who have been on the receiving side of the actions. And if you look at Simon Ekpa, just a moment, sir, let me land on the thought. There are people who have been maimed and killed
by
in the name.
Nnamdi Kanu.
No, so that's the question I'm asking.
That is the trajectory
just a moment,
his haters are pushing
there are
for.
those who ask questions that the intent may be good, but there are opportunists who have taken advantage of it. Take, for example, someone who went to Owerri to visit a former political advisor to Ahmed Gulak, and was maimed on his way to the airport. And you look at someone like Simon Ekpa, and those who say in the manner in which he was prosecuted in Finland has brought some peace in the Southeast region. So from the political point of view, there is what you have said, but the security point of view, how do you deal with it?
Nnamdi Kanu has spoken about Simon Ekpa. Most of the things he did was not on his instructions. He didn't hide it, even in court. You see, when you have situations like this, you have different groups, imagine, for their own interest. I had not heard, and I did not hear from any Igbo man of substance that supported Simon Ekpa. Nnamdi Kanu has said in court, open court, get me out of here. All this nonsense going on in Igbo land in the southeast state will stop. He didn't press anybody. He's not somebody that will chicken out or be lenient with his presentations. He's straight. When he wants to shoot, he will shoot.
He says that this is an animal kingdom. This is not a nation.
No. It's part of
some of the things that he has said.
You see, there are many people that I don't want to start calling names. There are people in this country who say they don't believe in Nigeria. Most of them have found themselves in cabinet. There are many people who have said all sorts of things against Nigeria. It's those of us who believe in this country till tomorrow. Even when IPOB was hot, I was on television, I said that I am for Nigeria.
The question
a Nigeria that be fair to all.
So let me ask you, will Igbo presidency and Igbo president be a solution to this agitation?
That is not what we are saying. Let me tell you. But for how the whole thing turned around during President Buhari, I am telling you now, and don't misjudge me to say that I say we don't need presidency. The Igbo man, once you are fair to him, what you are giving, according to one of the governors, that is, you give these people, you give to other people. Once you are keeping to it, Igbo man is not interested who is at the top there.
In times of controversy, when leadership, justice, and public opinion collides, voices emerge that challenge the narratives, provoke thoughts, and demand clarity. Today, we focus on the powerful and sometimes fairy statement of iwaanyannwu on Channels Television regarding Nnamdi Kanu, a leader of indigenous people of Biafra, a leader whose struggle has divided opinions, yet whose court vindication cannot be ignored. From claims that some Igbo businessmen may oppose Kanu's release, to assurance that Governor Hope UZODIMMA is genuinely pursuing justice for Nnamdi Kanu. Iwaanyannwu presents a story of conflicting interests, political maneuvering, and unwavering advocacy. He raises, uncomfortable questions about the role of mainstream media, challenges the framing of subjudice in Nnamdi Kanu's case, and underscores the fact that a court of competent jurisdiction has already discharged and acquitted him. He also confronts the issue of leadership within, the Igbo community, asserting that no Igbo man of substance supported Simon Ekpa, and emphasizes that justice and accountability transcend into political office or promises of Igbo presidency. And yet, his rhetoric is passionate, even extreme, reflecting the depth of frustration, the intensity of loyalty, and the demand for the recognition from those who, feel the system has been unjust to Igbo man. Today, we will break down each point. I think that's going to be briefly. We're going to be reflecting on the implications and explore what it tells us about politics, media, and the continuing struggle for justice and recognition in Nigeria. Stay with us as we unravel the truths contradiction, and passions behind these words. Moving on swiftly, welcome back again to this channel. This is about perspectives, your domain for unfiltered news and raw political analysis. Let's dive in together and unpack everything he said. First of all, he mentioned that Igbo businessmen and some top politicians do not want Nnamdi Kanu's release. Dan Iwaanyannwu claimed that some Igbo businessmen are opposed to Nnamdi Kanu's release, while at the same time he expressed confidence that Governor Hope UZODIMMA is genuinely in his efforts to secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, at the first glance, this to me seems to be contradictory. How can influential Igbo figures resist Kanu's release, while a political leader is actively working for it? But what this reflects is the complex dynamics within the Igbo political and business class. Some businessmen may fear political backlash, or should I say instability, while Hope UZODIMMA, as a governor, may be acting from both a political and personal conviction standpoint. It's actually a tug of war between political will and business interests. He also mentioned that Nnamdi Kanu has committed no crime. Dan Iwaanyannwu emphatically maintained that Kanu committed no crime. This is consistent with previous court rulings where Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted by the competent court in Nigeria. Iwaanyannwu's point reinforces the narrative that Kanu's detention is obviously politically motivated rather than the legal justification. Dan Iwaanyannwu criticized Shehu of Channels Television for asking him about the subjudice status of Kanu's case. And me, I'm really, disappointed, because why would the mainstream media is portraying the matter as unresolved? Iwaanyannwu's frustration stems from the fact that the judicial decisions have already been made, yet some media outlets continue to, frame the issue as if it's pending. This highlights a passive bias in mainstream media, which can sometimes misrepresent the legal outcomes for political narrative or whatever. Iwaanyannwu provocatively said, if you cannot release Nnamdi Kanu, bring him out in Ego Square and let us use his body for barbecue. Let haters come out and eat it. While this clearly is, hyperbolic, this statement demonstrates the intensity of passion among some pro-Kanu supporters. It is more symbolic than, literal, emphasizing their frustrations and demand for justice. Presenters must, highlight the emotional weight without endorsing violence. He also called for non-prosecute of the case. Dan reiterated that there should be no prosecution against Nnamdi Kanu for his release. This ties back to his, assertion that Kanu committed no crime, reinforcing the argument that his detention is unwarranted. It reflects a push for unconditional release based on legal and moral grounds. Talking about the Igbo leadership and Simon Ekpa, he also mentioned that no Igbo man of substance supported Simon Ekpa. This significant is actually showing that Kanu retains, broad legitimacy among Igbo leaders, and that Simon Ekpa's faction has limited elite backing. It's actually a message to the public about who truly represents the Igbo cause. Why Shehu asks if the Igbo presidency would solve the agitation. Dano's remark, suggests that leadership alone isn't the full solution. It's about justice, political will, and recognition of rights. According to him, whomever that is on top there doesn't concern an average Igbo man, so long the person gives to Igbo people whatever it is due to them. Conclusively, as we reflect on Dan Iwaanyannwu's statement, or should I say the interview he granted on Channels Television, we see a landscape filled with contradictions, fervent loyalty, and pressing questions. The tension between business interests, political leadership, and grassroots advocacy highlights the complexity of public discourse in Nigeria today. His insistence that Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime, his critique of the media, and his insistence on an unconditional release challenge not only the authorities but also the narrative we are, often fed with. This is more than a story about one man. It is about justice, accountability, and the courage to speak truth to power. It reminds us that history is shaped not only by those in position of authority, but by those who dare to challenge, to question, and to stand steadfastly for what they believe is right. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe for more updates delivered without dilution. Here we bring you the perspectives no other mainstream outlet will actually give a glimpse on. So thank you for watching. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, the story continues and it is up to us to witness it fully and fairly.